Hey everybody, it's Double RPG here, and welcome back to another episode of Double RPG Let's Play with Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance. In today's episode, we are just pretty much going to spend our time in Tolbi today. And we are going to play in the Tolbi Spring, which we are going to use the lucky medals right now. And we will investigate around the town to see if we can find any gene or any clues as to what we can do in terms of story progression, but we're bound to find something, and you shall see why, or see what will happen. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this episode that's already in progress, and as you can tell, we have made it to Tolbi from the ship that was in the Caragol Sea. So yeah, there's lots to do here, and everything is so happy and so exciting, as you can plainly just tell. Now, before we go back to the Tolbi Spring, there actually is a gene that we can obtain, and it's a Mars Genie. Well, yeah, Genie. What am I talking about? Gene is plural for Genie. So yeah, there is a Mars Genie here, and we are going to have Isaac trade one of his Venus Genie over to Garrett, so that way it can be active. And we are going to use growth on this plant, so that way we can climb up. And then once we climb up, then we will have to use Mia's freeze spell or frost spell, and we can grow that puddle into a pillar of ice. And then we can jump over that pillar of ice to that one platform or that one area right over there, and we can go grab ourselves a Mars Genie for Garrett to have. And that will be his 5th one in the overall game. So we have at least 10 more Gene in this entire game to collect. And yeah, since we made it to Tolbi, we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the game. Well, I'd say at least like 60% there, but you know what I mean. Anyway, this is the 5th Mars Genie in the game. It is known as Ember. Now, Ember, from what I remember, Ember, I believe, replenishes your party's synergy points. I believe that's the truth, but, well, we'll have to figure that out once as we go back outside and heal the rest of our Genie, or heal the rest of our Gene, so that way everybody is safe and sound with their strength. Okay, there are some newer weapons here that we can gain while we're inside this place, or while we're in the town of Tolbi. So I would go ahead and sell some of the items that we don't need, like the Waters of Life and the vials and all that, and whatever else weapons we have in store, in store or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna do that right away. And we are going to give Isaac the Great Sword, so that way he can feel fit with a brand new weapon. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of those game tickets. And we'll get rid of the gauntlets, and we will get rid of some of the other stuff, and we'll see what all we can buy. So how's everybody doing today? Hope you all are enjoying this lovely Wednesday, as I am. And the guys who do the 4DS Audio Podcast and I, we did a brand new episode of the show. Well, basically, it's more of a breaking news segment, kind of like what we did for the time when PETA was attacking Super Mario 3D Land, or attacking Nintendo, because they believed the game Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS was actually promoting the skinning of Tanuki dogs in Japan, or Japanese raccoon dogs. But in this episode that we did yesterday, we actually did, the topic that we talked about was the announcement of Resident Evil 6 back on Thursday. But hey, better late than never, and we had to get our points across on what we thought of the trailer, or the debut trailer and the announcement. And for this episode, I actually get kind of worried about the RE franchise in all respect, because, well, specifically with 6, with the direction and where they're taking 6 in terms of the gameplay. But for the most part, if Resident Evil Revelations can manage to pull off the survival horror factor that was completely absent in Resident Evil 5, then I'll be all sold to try out Resident Evil 6 in all of its glory. Okay, but enough talking about Resident Evil. Just be sure to go check out the 4DS Audio Podcast that's over on gotgame.com, where the new episode is in place. Or if you follow me on Facebook and Twitter, you should be able to find that I have posted some Facebook posts and tweets about that episode as well. So, yeah. And don't worry, it will be up on YouTube in a few days, so for those of you who are wanting to listen to the episode on YouTube, then you are just going to have to wait. But let's get back to Golden Sun. And yes, I'm doing more of the boring stuff. Basically, I'm trying to obtain some newer weapons and equipment for my character, since we are at a new place where everything is much more advanced than the current armor and weapons that we already have on us right now. And of course, we're going to go inside the places, or, inside the houses, and we are going to check the barrels and all that good stuff to see if they have any rare or special items. We're usually bound to find something that has a status increase, but I wonder what it could be in this town. Or hopefully they have it in this town. I would hate to not be in a town that doesn't even have any type of status increase, or an item that gives us a status increase, like the power bread or the apple or whatever. Gosh. And besides, we need more apples. Oh, and by the way, this is probably the first time for me, but when I was over at my grandmother's house this past weekend, I did manage to eat a strawberry, believe it or not. And it actually tasted pretty good. But I will admit that they do taste a lot better when in the springtime. No, not springtime, but in the summertime. So yeah, I finally opened up my taste buds a little bit, or my taste buds have changed, and I may now have a big habit in wanting to eat strawberries. Believe it or not, I really did have one. So yeah, I guess this game is trying to teach kids that eating some of these items for status power-ups or status increases, they are good, healthy foods that you should eat. Yeah, I know, shameless plug, but still, trying to promote that stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy these. So there are 6 of them. And that's all we have right now. I'm pretty sure that we can obtain more, and we can come back here and we can try to obtain what's all new within the Tolbi Spring. And trust me, use the lucky medals, because they will give you newer weapons and newer pieces of armor, while the regular coins, they just give you some regular items from within the spring. Okay, we got ourselves a new shield called the Earth Shield, and I think I will give that to Isaac right away. Although I would hate to do so, because I do have the Van Brace on him, and that will increase his attack power. And every time when you hit a creature, if you hit a creature twice, then you'll stop automatically. But every time when you hit a creature, the direction of the lucky medal will always tend to change directions. Or it will tend to go into different routes, depending on what you hit within this game. Within this minigame, that is. Okay, and if you do hit it outside the ring, you just get regular stuff like the Psi Crystals and the potions and the Water of Life. So you want to make sure you are within the rings, the colored rings, so that way you can get better equipment and other items. I think that counts as a perfect spot to get an piece of equipment. Yes, we do. We got a glittering tiara, and I think we can give that to Mia. Okay, let's go ahead and use our other 2 lucky medals. And let's see what all we can obtain. Land in the middle. Hey, it lands in the middle. What do we get next? Big old dragon head pops out. And we got an assassin blade. I think the assassin's blade is a cursed weapon. I'm not entirely certain, but there are cursed weapons in this game, and they do have some really bad status effects. So you want to be careful when you have those items in your possession. There is an item later on in the game when we go to Crossbone Isle that will completely, and I do say completely, make your character become really immune to the cursed items' really bad effects. And the Guardian Armlet, what does that do? Let's give it... anyway. I think Isaac will keep the Earth Shield on him right now. And we will give Mia the cocktail dress, and we will give... I think Ivan, we will give the Earth Gauntlet, or the Spirit Gauntlet. And for the Assassin's Blade, I think we will give it to Ivan. And no, I was wrong. It's not even a cursed item. If it was a cursed item, it would have, in the description of the item, it would be displayed in parentheses, so it's safe. Okay, very good. Do I really want to get rid of some of these things within the weapon and armor shop? We might as well. See what all they have. You know what? Let's just check and see if anybody can be compatible with these newer items for themselves. And I think we will give the water jacket to Ivan so that way he can equip it. And we will give... I think we will give Garrett the Vambrace. So that means that the Dragon Shield has become quite useless to us now. Okay, so... I think we're pretty much done looking around, so let's go ahead and sell everything else that we can. And we can pick up on whatever items that we just left out on. So yeah, as I said, no action in this episode, as we're pretty much just taking a break from all that after going through the Caragol Sea with fighting all those monsters and such. Besides, it doesn't always hurt to take a break every once in a while, now does it? No, I didn't think so. So, yeah. It's getting really closer for me to do my Skyward Sword Let's Play, and I'm getting really excited about that. Be the first Zelda game I ever do a Let's Play on, and trust me, that's going to be a big deal. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy some of the other things for our characters. Okay, well that was a waste to give him the Vambrace. Okay, so let's give this to Ivan. Or, not Ivan, but Isaac. And he will have himself a new helmet as well as Garrett. We don't need game tickets! Seriously! I don't even need game tickets right away. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the Guardian Circlets. Might as well give one to Ivan while we're at it. And then I think we'll pretty much be okay for the rest of this time in terms of equipment. So let's go ahead and leave this place and let's go search around the town to see if there are any items we can find within the pots, the barrels, the crates, and the jugs. Or, no, and the bottles or whatever. Okay, here we are at the Tournament Coliseum, known as the Colosso. Or the tournament name is known as the Colosso. And evidently, we do not have access to the Colosso right away. So, we are going to just ignore it for now and see what else is there in town. And of course, I was right about the Ember, where the Ember actually replenishes your party's synergy points with a flaming passion. Or passionate flames, or whatever. Okay, so the guards here at Tolbi are asking us if they saw this missing person, who goes by the name of Babby. So let's go to the castle, or go to the manor, or the palace, whatever, and see what all we can learn about this missing person named Babby. Something tells me he's probably going to be a really intricate part for us to continue on with our journey. Might be so. But we may never know until we go inside and see for ourselves. Okay, so I think the place... Did you run into any Babby soldiers in town? And yes, we did. And that must mean that they have not even found their lord. So, first things first, let's go ahead and search around this place to see if we can try to find any items within the stuff that we can expect. Or inspect. And of course, we have some people who are entering the Colosso. The Colosso. And some of them may seem kind of nervous, and while some may be just a little bit content. But, for the most part, we're pretty much content all the way. None of our party members show a sign of cowardice, and that's a good thing. Okay, there's nothing there, so... nothing there either. So, pretty much a waste. So, I think it's time for us to go upstairs. And we can go ahead and check this room, and see what all they have. Hopefully there's something new within this place. Nope. Dagnabbit. And then let's check in here. Nope. And nothing. Just a bunch of soldiers. So let's go up the palace a little bit ways, and we will actually see these people talking about where their Lord Babby is. And this is Babby's right-hand man who we're seeing, who is known as Eodam. Eodam is also a very intricate character who helps out Isaac and his party in this game because it is on Lord Babby's request, and you shall see why when we get to that part since we are around this place. But for right now, they are just very curious and very, very worried about where Lord Babby is located at the moment. So yeah, not all the there are some secondary characters that do have some importance, but that doesn't go for everybody. And I can't even remember what type of game there is where some secondary characters had a really big importance to the storyline. I wonder what. If any of you guys know any sort of games where a secondary character, not in the main protagonist line, but one that don't even get that much spotlight within the game, actually becomes a very intricate part to the game's storyline, you let me know. Please leave a comment in the section below if you know anything like that, because I certainly can't. If you want to talk about a very important character that doesn't get that much spotlight, then maybe, in my opinion, probably the female secondary, the female lead characters in the Devil May Cry franchise, excluding Lucia, but everybody else. So I'm talking about Trish, Lady, and I'm not even sure about Kyrie. I'm definitely not sure about her. But maybe the Ninja Gaiden games, specifically with Rachel and Irene Liu, or if you were to play Ninja Gaiden 2 on the 360, she actually goes by the name of Sonya. And yes, they actually proven that fact that Sonya in Ninja Gaiden 2 is actually Irene Liu. But too bad you're not going to see her in Ninja Gaiden 3, because it's a different type of female lead. But hey, Ninja Gaiden 3 is on my agenda to play this year, as well as Soul Calibur 5, and Tales of Graces F, Tales of the Abyss 3D, even though I have the PS2 version of the game. So yeah, lots of other games that are going to be on my plate for this year. And hopefully I get a job in time, so that way I can get those games within my possession. But that will have to take some time. Okay, so the soldiers in Eodom believe that Lord Babby has not been kidnapped, but just has gone missing. So it looks like it's going to be our task to go look for this Lord of Tolbi. And we are going to do that. We're going to leave Tolbi, and we are going to go do that right away. But we're not going to do that right now, as we are actually going to get started with that in the next episode. So let's go ahead and close things off here. Next time on Double RPG Let's Play with Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance, we're going to resume where we left off, and we are going to make our trip over to the Atla Miller Cave, or Alta Miller Cave, to see where we can find, to see what all we can find, because that's what the soldiers of Tolbi said. They said that Lord Babby is located in the Alta Miller Cave that's located to the northwest. And of course, we're going to find some more Gene along the way, but yeah, you can guess where those Gene might be located, but I will just keep myself quiet about that and show you. Okay, gamers, enough of me talking. If you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter with the links in the description. And be sure to check out my Facebook fan page if you haven't done so already. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to rate this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments below to let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Anyway, gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you on the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys then.